Howdy friends, welcome back to my channel. I last minute decided to sit down and thought I would film this because I am pretty fresh out of work. I just showered and I ate like a cucumber salad. So I've been home for like 45 minutes, but there's a little routine that I like to do when I like remember to do it, if that makes sense. But because daily routine isn't the same every single day, but I try my best to stay consistent with at least like one or two things. But I have a little routine that I like to do when I get off of work, and depending, it can be for work, this can be for like what any negative energy you encountered, an argument, whatever, anything that makes you feel heavy or just still kind of left you in fight or flight mode. I like to do some of these techniques to release stress, let go of old energy that isn't yours, and kind of reset my energy to like feel good for the rest of my day. Whether that's like if you go in that night, I get off at 3, so it's for me, it's like the rest of my evening. And I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. It's been on my mind recently, and I just showered, like I said. Showering is one thing I use to like clean off the energy from work, and like I visualize just like any negativity, any stress, anything to like roll off my body under the shower water. And I also do my skincare routine like partially in the shower as well. And so I feel like that act of coming back into my body, like coming out of work mode, stress mode, whatever mode, if I like take deep breaths while I like drain my lymphatic like nodes, and just like scrubbing my face and doing all of the loving gentle touch, I like breathe love back into myself while I do my skincare routines. Very intentional. I'm not good at filming in the shower, so I thought about it, but I was like, I'm not going to do that. But here, what I do in my yoga space to kind of come back into my own energy, I don't necessarily do every single one of these techniques every day. It's more, like I said, it's more like I'll rotate between one or the other, but I figured I would show you guys what I do, even just 5 minutes, even if it's just a 5-minute sit down. It's kind of a nice way to replace like doom scrolling to decompress, help reset the dopamine, help reset the nervous system, and just feel good for the rest of your day, because we all deserve to feel good while we're here and protect our peace, like our life depends on it, because like, it kind of does a little bit. So I have like a bundle that I made myself out of lavender, which it is really fun to make your own bundles or to use incense, which I'm a big incense user. So I also have Nakchampa incense that I burn a lot when I do yoga. But I'll light a bundle, I'll take my deep breaths, and you let the smoke kind of just get rid of any icky energy. I also do this energy dispelling technique that one of my friends taught me, actually. I don't know the big full-on rundown of energy dispelling. I just know a little bit of the habits that I like to do. And so this is like, it like drips like leaves and stuff like that. So I keep it in my little shell that I got from like a metaphysical shop. But I usually let it burn. I'll kind of, do like a soft little waft of smoke around my body and around my head, but nothing too like deep or too crazy. I do the same thing with incense too, though. So like any incense you have, like your favorite aromatic smell, just burning that and just a little energy cleanse. Not smudging. I don't use sage. I also don't use Palo Santo. I made this bundle and I burn it myself, and I stopped buying like those like Palo Santo and sage like 4 years ago. I've always just grown like mint and lavender and rosemary, and I've made my own bundles, and that's pretty easy to do. But I also use incense. But there's this nice technique where it's like a reiki technique, actually. I think it's like a self reiki energy dispelling technique where you like pick up like energy like off of your body, like you're collecting old energy, kind of do this flick where you just like, you're getting all of the old energy like off of you. And I also do like off my arms and stuff like that. Like I'm literally wiping it away. And there's a little like sound effect that goes with it where it's like, and it sounds like a Palabati, like skull shining breath, but you're doing that to like get energy off your body and let that shit go. I like doing that, even though it's like, it looks a little funny when you do it though. You do kind of just feel like, and then any tension that we might hold in our body throughout the day, giving myself a daily self-massage, whether it's with actual like Ayurvedic oil for the body. Like for Vata Kapha, it's good to use sesame oil, and for Pitta, it's good to use like coconut oil. But I also just will squeeze my neck and my traps. I normally have tension in that area, and like if you squeeze your jawline a lot, it can be nice to kind of like rub that part of your face a little bit too, like to ease any tension. The other thing I like to do, of course, is journaling out any thoughts that I am holding on to from the day, anything that could have gone differently, or things I appreciated about my day, or just how I'm feeling, current mood, and whatever intention I want to bring into my evening. The way I view the home is like it's such a sacred space, and we walk in and carry the weight of the world or the energy of the world into our home. And it's like it's almost like you can have stagnant air in a place without AC, right? That's what I experience in the warehouse. And so same as in the home, I feel like if you don't do anything to like actually get rid of old energy, it somewhat festers. So I'll like walk around my room and I'll be like grabbing energy, and I'll like throw it out the window, or I'll like throw it out the door. Anyways, that's like a nice little room energy dispelling technique. And some of my other favorite ways to decompress without doom scrolling, because jumping from one, kind of in your fight or flight mode or a stressful situation, getting on your phone and getting this quick hits of dopamine can actually still trigger your nervous system to stay in fight or flight, which I know reading is not everyone's favorite type of thing to do, but I the only thing I will say about it is like, I've read a lot of books in my adult life or whatever, and I feel like whatever books you read as a kid and a teen are the kind of books you actually would want to read as an adult. We think we need to read all these self-help books and things to constantly better ourselves, and I'm like, or you just need to disappear into a different realm and become a different character for a little bit. And another thing I like to do to kind of release old energy from my workday is sound healing. And as you guys saw in my last video, in my birthday vlog, I sat one day and I just was like dinging and playing and finding calm, coming down, and then I kind of do this number, letting the vibrations surround my body. It's so calming. I've also kind of somewhat experienced how sound bowls can kind of like lower your blood pressure, but just it helps bring you down. And the same way, a little bit on like a spiritual habit and level, is chanting Om, because the vibration of Om is just naturally like this repairing, healing sound vibration. They call in yoga, they say it's the sound syllable of the universe, because everything around us that vibrates is in the tune of Om. And I chant, I do breath work, obviously, even if it's just coming and sitting down in a comfortable spot. It doesn't even have to be on the mat. It could be on your bed, on the couch, wherever you can get like 3 minutes to yourself to just sit and tune into your body and notice how you're feeling and notice where your emotions are at. Breathing deep, and sometimes if you do want to get on the mat, if you lay your spine perfectly on the ground and up, I feel like I could change my position to kind of demonstrate reconstructive rest pose is also a great way to come down in your energy. So is legs up on the wall or legs on the wall, because that reverse flow of blood almost like forces your body to go into sympathetic nervous system mode by like telling your organs to relax, and it helps the rest of your body relax. So just anything that brings you out of fight or flight mode is a good way to release old energy. And then also anything that just feels like you're cleaning yourself from the day. Purifying your energy is a good way to let go of the day that we experience. And honestly, if you do this before bed too, you almost wake up with that same energy. Like it sets you up for the next day at the same time. So yeah, I just was like, before I get into my little routine, I wanted to talk about ways to release old energy and let go of old energy. It doesn't have to just be from work, but like I said, any stressful situation. And to tap into your body, tap into your heart, your emotions, and calm the nervous system down at the same time, because we are not meant to live in a constant state of fight or flight. And on a little bit of bonus, I don't make like cacao, like ceremonial cacao. I don't use like the fancy Guatemalan like cacao type thing from Etsy. I use powdered cacao from like the store, and I'll put a tablespoon in hot water with like, I use oat or soy milk, and I do like my like powders, my like mood boosting adaptogenics and stuff like that. So if you have access to any of those things and are able to use, I make cacao with adaptogenics and a little milk or whatever, nothing too sweet, but like cacao is a natural mood booster, and adaptogenics just do all sorts of amazing things for your body. Making a cup of tea, especially coming into the fall season, just grounding down if it starts getting chilly and getting cozy. But I definitely want to say that like avoiding doom scrolling after a stressful day where you think that will help shut your brain off is actually just like hijacking your brain and your dopamine and your nervous system, because sometimes we need a temporary shut off from the world. And in order to be able to show up for the world, it's important to show up for yourself first too, because we are all collective, but we all have ourselves to take care of at the same time. I hope you enjoyed some of these tips for cleansing your energy dispelling. I hope that it can be a nice, I hope it can be good inspiration to add into your daily routine. Energy dispelling is a really good form of self-care, and it's something that I will preach about to the ends of the earth. So thank you for sitting down chatting with me, and maybe you turn this video off and take 3 deep breaths, and maybe you also just get rid of any old energy that has been holding you back, weighing on your mind. Journal it out. Doesn't even have to be in a physical journal. It can be in your notepad. Find moments of ease throughout your day. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.